Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 81 and I'm going to tell the story of the turtle and the two cranes. Now, this turtle had the most beautiful home. It was in this beautiful pool of water with cattails all around it. The water was not that clear, which the turtle loved very much, because it could rest just beneath the surface of the water, and no one ever knew it was there. There were some logs that had fallen into this pool of water, and the turtle loved to crawl up on these logs on a warm, sunny day and allow his shell and his whole body to get warm there in the sun. Now, this pool of water, it would fill up during the rainy season, and then it would dry up a little bit, get the water level would get lower, but not that low. And then the rains would come again and water would fill back up. There was, however, a number of years in a row where there just wasn't a lot of rain. And this pool of water shrank and shrank until there was very little water left at all. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but the turtle, he had friends, of course. And two of his favorite friends were two birds that used to fly together and come to his pool of water, where especially as the waters got lower and lower, they used to fish there in the water. And as the waters got lower, well, the fish were easier to catch. Now, these two birds were cranes. And whenever they came to where the turtle lived, they would chat about things, and well, the turtle liked to hear about all the places they would go because they could fly. The turtle thought about crawling across the land to get to some of these beautiful places, but he thought certainly it would be too far and probably he would dry out and die on the way, on the journey. Well, as the pool got smaller and smaller, these places that the cranes described began to become a necessity because the turtle could see that in not so many more days, the pool would be completely dry and it would be very difficult for him to go very far. Well, he discussed this with the cranes. The cranes, well, they said, we'd be happy to help, but we don't know what to do. The turtle had been thinking about this a lot. He said, I think I have a plan. He said, I found the perfect piece of bamboo. It's not very long, and it's pretty thick. I have a very strong bill or beak, and I'm sure that I can clamp my beak around that bamboo piece, and if the two of you would grab a hold of it with your feet and begin to fly, one on either side, I could hold on with my mouth. You could take me to where there's plenty of water. Otherwise, I'm afraid I will die. Well, the cranes, they thought this was an excellent idea, but they were concerned because the turtle liked to talk. Maybe it was because he was alone so much of the time. But he did like to talk. He was worried they were worried that on the way the turtle would, ask a question or want to say something. And the minute he did, down he would fall. So the cranes talked to the turtle about this, but the turtle said, no, it'll be okay. Please just let's do it. So they agreed. The turtle took a hold of the bamboo in his mouth, and he bit hard. His beak actually made little slices in the bamboo. And the cranes caught a hold of it with their feet and began to fly up into the air. They weren't going to go far. There was a beautiful river where there was a waterfall that they had found that the turtle was especially fond of hearing stories about that place. So they decided that they would take the turtle there. Flying along, they passed a village, and down below there were a number of people, and they were looking up and seeing this incredible sight. 2 cranes carrying a bamboo length with a turtle hanging off of it. They looked up and they began to call out to the cranes, "Wow, that is an incredibly great idea. You cranes are very, very smart." Well, this went on, and the cranes, they even said to the turtle, don't listen to them. But the turtle, he didn't like that the people thought that, it wasn't his idea. He was the one that thought of it. He was the smart one. He let go because he wanted to let the people know. The words came out of his mouth. It wasn't them. It was me. It was my idea. Before he could get the full word of idea out of his mouth, he had fallen down, down, down to the earth. Now, maybe he just was knocked out. I don't know. But he didn't finish what he was trying to say because it was so important to him to feel recognized. How often do we do that? We don't have our own gratification inside of us, and we want to hear it from somebody else. It's not enough to live within ourselves and know who we are. We want others to acknowledge it. Can get us into trouble sometimes. All right, that's the story for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good rest of your day or evening.